Now let us see how we can use Fluent UI with React application. So we will first create a React a solution. In basically we'll create a React SPFx web part, and we will choose the framework as React. So what I'll do is I will go here and I'll create a folder. Let's say I will say Fluent UI with React, and you can see here I just went to this folder, and you can just type cmd, so it will basically will come to that folder, and here I will run the command /thread Microsoft /SharePoint, and then it will start creating the project. And make sure we will do one thing here. You can see here what is the solution name. You just click on enter. We'll use the SharePoint Online latest version, use the current folder, and this is no, and here we will create a web part. What will be the web part name? Let it be hello world, and hello world description, and here I will select React framework, you can see here, and click on enter. So it will take some time. Now the web part will get created, and once the web part got created, then we will see how we can use actually the Fluent UI that we are discussing here, how we can add it. This will be a very simple example where we will try to add some styles, color, and maybe some icons like this. But the important thing here is we will get to know how we can use it, because as I said before, React or the Fluent UI, whether we react with whether we use it with React or use it with the Office core, it will be for the UI layer, or you can say the user interface, or you can say how we are using Bootstrap. I have explained in the previous videos, so we will see that. Now for example, there will be a text, and we will try to use this Fluent UI colors to make that or to change that color of that particular text. So we will see that, and then I will show you how we can add some icons from the library. So if I will actually open it, so you can see here, this is the Fluent UI URL. This is the site, you can see here, and if you come over here, now you can see here we will discuss about the web, and then you can click on styles. So once you click on styles, you can see here you have colors are there, you have iconography is there, typography is there, so you have a lot of things are over here. Now we will try to use from these colors. For example, if you'll see, click here, these are the colors, that official colors it has. If we'll go to neutrals, you can see here this is the color code that has provided. For example, for black we can use like this. Let's say for gray 170 you can use this class. Now how we can use it? It has the proper implementation. For example, you can see here you can just do import, and then you can see neutral colors from Fluent theme, and then this is how we can use it. So neutral color dot gray 10. So if you say gray 10, it will be the gray 10 color will come. So you can see here this is the gray 10. So if you want to change something else, let's say gray 170, you can just change it over here, and whatever the color, it will be affected to this particular div. So that's how we can use the style attribute on this. So let me see if the web part got created. It will take some time, and then it will create it. So you can see here our web part got ready, and I will just type here code dot, and if we'll click on enter, it will open, the solution will open in Visual Studio Code. Now you can see here. Now what we will do here is, you can see if we'll go to the source, you can see web part component, and this is your tsx file. So here we will see first of all how we can use, or how we can add the CSS into this. Now if you look at this, let me open this. So if you'll see here, it is saying that you can import it, and then you can use like this. For example, I will just import it, you can see, and I will go to Visual Studio Code here, and I will write like this, and you can see here I imported, and let's say by default this welcome to SharePoint, it will come in white color. So let me run it. So we will run in the local workbench. So you can see here gulp and then serve. So it will open in the browser. So we'll add the web part, and then we will see how it is appearing, and then we will see after applying the style here how it will appear. So you can see here, I will just click on hello world. You can see here this will come to SharePoint. It is coming in white color. And what I'll do here is we can probably take a gray color. Maybe I will take let's say gray 140. So you have to write in small letter here. Now I will just copy this style from here and I will go to Visual Studio Code, and you can see here instead of this I will just put style and I'll put 140 here. Let me just save this. So once you save this, now if you will go here our web part, you can see here that color becomes gray. You can see here, you cannot see it properly because it is coming in gray color and the background color is blue. So this is how we can use, simple way to use our styles in, you can see this is a React application. The next thing what we'll do is we can probably add some icons into that. For example, if you'll go to the official document, you can follow the official document always. So you'll go to the styles and then you can see here there is icon graphic where you will see a lot of icons. So if you look at here, now you can see these are the icons. So previously I think we saw Fabric Core, how we can use the icons, but these are Fluent UI React icons, and we will see how we can use these things. So the best way that you can see here how we are using here on this, you can see here you can take a button, we will see also in the button, and then you can see there is icon name that we are adding in the icon props, you can see in the button, and then the icon name is add. So this is the icon name you can get. For example, here it is product list, these are the icon name, unpublished content. So if you will replace this with unpublished content, then this will, the icon will become like that. Now on the React component we will see how we can use it, but before that you can see here there is a icon and icon name like this, you can use it over here. So if I will just copy let's say this one, and I will go to our application, I will remove let's say everything from here, and I'll just put a div on this, and I will put this. And now if you'll see here we will use the icons first of all. So I'll go back here, we can take this import statement, so I will put it here. Now the next, you can see here it is saying that cannot find module fluent slash react slash lib slash icon. The simple thing is we can install it. So if you look at the code, the command here, let me show you the command. So basically we can run this command. So let me, what I'll do is I will say Control C and I'll stop this because in this folder we will have to install it. So you can see here this is the command. Let me just I will put it here. So this is the command, basically npm I install and then @fluent slash react. So you can click on enter and it will actually install it. So once you will install it, you will not see that error, the warning that we are getting here, that this is not available, this module is not available for this icon to use this icon. And once it will install, then we can use it. You can see here it is installed and the error gone, so we don't have error now. And this is what is the icon that we have added. So compass NW is an icon. So now if I will open it, I will run it. For example, I will say Gulf Sir. Now we will see here the icon will appear here. If I will go click and hello world, let it be, you can see this is the icon, how it is appearing. And in fact you can go here and then you can check various icons here. For example, now let us say this is the page link, right? So you can see this is a page link. So I will just copy here and I will put in this, I will click on save. Now when the page will refresh, you can see here this is the icon, how it is coming, this is the page link icon. So this is how actually we can use the icons. Now imagine we have a button, let's say you want to use a button and you want to give a different, instead of normal text, you might want to give a different icon, you might want to use a different icon for that. So that is simple to use. For example, if I'll go here, now let's go to the controls here. So if you'll see here controls, you have various controls on this, and if I'll go to buttons, so if you will come here, these are simple, you can see simple buttons, and if you'll click on show code, you will be able to actually you will get to know what are the simple buttons here. So to use a simple button, first of all, you can see this is let's say you want to use the default button or the primary button, so you have to use this import statement. So I'll just copy this import statement. I'll go here and I will put it on this. We don't need stack and this thing now, but we need the how the default button, the primary button is appearing. Now I'll go again here and you can see this is the default button. So I will just copy it. We will make things simple here. So I will just put it here. Let's say these things I will remove these things. So simple button, there is a default text standard, and then on click the function will get called. So now we can write the function here. So I'll just copy this function, which is a default function that is there. Default function means that's just an alert. So you can see this is the alert function. So I will just put it here. You can see, sorry. So you can see here. Now I added this function. Now if I will just save it, there is a default button will come and the text will come standard, and on click the alert will be displayed. So you can see here. Now this is the button. So if you click on that, it is coming like this. Now so this is, you can see here, we just use a text here, but if you want we can use the controls here. Controls means the icons. So the icon will come instead of that text. So for that what we can do is, what we can use is, let me open it here. If we will go back here to our typographies here, so I'll go to the styles and then iconography, sorry, not typography, iconography, and on this you can see here, right, it is saying icon props and then icon name, and you can give the name here. So I will just copy these things. I just copied it here, and I will go to the Visual Studio Code, and here I will not write this. Instead of that I will write like this. Now click on save. So once you click on save, now you go here, it will not, standard will not come. You can see there's a plus icon come, and you can see clicked. So there are, you can use any of the icons from here. For example, this is the add icon. You can see the edit icon. Just for that we are using, I will just put edit here and I will save it. So once the file got saved, once you run it, you can see here now this will become edit icon. You can see, and on click of that, edit is getting clicked. So I just wanted here to show a simple example how we can use the color or the icons from there. There is a lot more that we will discuss in the future videos. This is just a simple video to use it so that we will be familiar with how we can use the controls or the styles.